You want the moon? Just say the word and I'll throw a lasso around it and pull it down.
Look at the stars. The great kings of the past look down on us from those stars. So whenever you feel alone, just remember that those kings will always be there to guide you.
I don't think it is very useful to speculate on what God might or might not be able to do. Rather, we should examine what He actually does with the universe we live in.
We are all explorers, driven to know what's over the horizon. The most profound discoveries are not necessarily beyond that next star. They're within us, woven into the threads that bind us.
Good morning and happy Thursday. Happy Jupiter Day. We're talking all about the Pisces moon this morning. And I don't know about you, but I had a really hard time getting out of bed under the Pisces moon. It tends to make us a little bit sleepier, a little bit dreamier, definitely in that subconscious state. So you might have felt the same thing, like, gosh, I just really don't want to get out of bed today. Let me know how the Pisces moon has been affecting you so far. The moon moved into Pisces about 4:30 Pacific time yesterday. So depending on where you live, you might just be starting to experience this energy. And also, this is a good time to take a look at where Pisces is in your chart, because that's where the moon will be activating for you. So as we talk about these transits, anytime I'm talking about the moon in a sign, pay attention to your own astrology chart, and that'll give you more insight, deeper insight into how the moon's transits will affect you. Let's go ahead and pull up our chart this morning and see where all the planets are at. So here we go. This is today. The moon is now in Pisces, and there aren't any other major planetary connections happening today. So we have a day that is ruled by this moon. This is a waxing crescent moon. Remember, we had the new moon over the weekend, and under a waxing crescent moon, we're kind of in that preparation mode. We're getting ready to take action under the first quarter moon. So whatever intentions you set under the new moon on January 2nd, that new moon in Capricorn, those long-term goals or plans, this is really the time to tap into your imagination, envision those things. Tap into your creativity. If you don't exactly know what your first step should be, really lean into your intuition, your imagination. Figure out what feels good as a first step. That can really help you out. So the moon makes a connection at 10 o'clock, forming a sextile to Uranus. And we can see that here. The moon is currently at 9 degrees in Pisces. When it gets to 10 degrees, in about an hour or two, we'll have this sextile to Uranus, this 60-degree angle to Uranus. So this starts off our Thursday on a little bit of a, like exciting note is the best way I can put it. When the moon forms a sextile to Uranus, we can kind of feel like we're craving excitement. We want excitement. We're open to change. And a sextile requires a little bit of effort to really fully experience the benefits of this angle, of this aspect. So trying something new, stepping outside of your comfort zone just a little bit, leaning into that imagination a little bit, can really help you fully use the benefits of this sextile between the moon and Uranus. And don't be surprised if you have chance encounters or surprises. They can lead to more depth, more understanding, as Pisces is a deeply feeling sign, is a water sign. It's all about our awareness, all about our intuitiveness, our imagination, our ability to connect with something outside of ourselves, our belief. So those chance encounters, that craving for excitement could also deepen your own spirituality. Or, this just kind of popped in my head. Don't be surprised if you get some messages or some signs, excuse me, that might surprise you today with the moon forming a sextile to Uranus. Good morning, Shauna. Thank you for being here. How are you feeling under this Pisces moon? I was just saying I've been way sleepier and just kind of, I feel like I just want to curl up on the couch for the next 24, 48 hours while the moon is in Pisces. Then the moon moves into Aries on, I believe, Friday. Let me double check that. And then we start to pick up the pace a little bit, get some more motivation. So yeah, tomorrow night the moon moves into Aries, and then we start this whole new cycle of the moon through the signs, Aries being the first sign, Pisces being the last sign, giving us some fresh energy by tomorrow night. But this is really the moon moving through the end of the signs. So this is a time of rest, a time of healing, a time of sensitivity, introspection, just really tapping into our subconscious, our imagination. And yeah, super sleepy. Because think about it. Pisces is ruled by Neptune, the planet of dreams. So, of course, it makes us sleepier, but Pisces also rules that subconscious, that fantasy, that imagination, and we can go there a lot more easily in our sleep, right? Like we have crazy, fantastical dreams when we're sleeping. Our mind kind of does bizarre things while we're sleeping. So that's kind of that Pisces energy of surrealism. You can think of like surreal art looking kind of like a dream. Yeah, the best self-care for Pisces are naps. Yes, and that will go for most people today. If you're feeling like you're not 100%, take a nap. Full permission to take a nap under the Pisces moon, for sure. Yesterday, I was so tired after I made dinner, and I decided to just like go to sleep at 7 p.m. That happened. And then I woke up at like 11, wide awake. So I decided to work for a couple hours and then went back to sleep. So, sleep when you can, sleep when it feels good. I know not everybody has the freedom to just do that, but if you can take a nap today, it's a great day. It's a great day for a nap. So we have that sextile between the moon and Uranus at 10 a.m. Then the moon's just kind of floating through Pisces, not making any connections until 9 p.m. So we have a mostly quiet day when it comes to the astrology transits. But at 9 p.m., the moon forms another sextile. So I'm calling this a supportive Pisces moon day because we're making several supportive connections to different planets. The Pisces moon at 16 degrees in Pisces forms a sextile, a 60-degree angle to the sun in Capricorn. This is another pleasant transit. While we just talked about Pisces moon forming a sextile to Uranus, making us crave a little bit of excitement, stepping out of our comfort zone, by the evening, this sextile between the moon and the sun makes us feel more confident. This looks like our inner self and our outer self working hand in hand. So we can be more confident. Our emotions are working with our expression. We can show up as our best self. And this can bring a lot of inner balance too. So we might just feel good about ourselves, better about ourselves by tonight. And we can have that self-empathy, that self-compassion, and that self-worth under this transit when the moon forms a sextile to the sun. Because the sun in Capricorn is very like, yes, I'm here. This is who I am, point blank. There's not a lot of depth with a Capricorn sun. It's just like you see what you get, matter of fact. But when the Pisces moon is supporting the Capricorn sun, we have that sense of inner belief, inner knowing, trust of ourselves. So this can really look like self-belief when these two planets form a 60-degree angle to each other. And then the last transit we have today is a square. So things are, we're swimming along under the Pisces moon. It's very nice throughout the day, getting support from Uranus, getting support from the sun, and then an hour later, 10 p.m. Pacific time, so middle of the night for many people, the moon squares off to Mars. If you're still up at 10 p.m., this could look like a little random burst of energy. Mars is that energetic, fiery planet. So when the moon and Mars lock into this 90-degree angle with one another, this can almost force us to release energy, release feelings. It can make us more irritable, more angry, or like I said, you might just feel this burst of energy that you need to like get out. So this can also just make it feel like we need to move, right? Like, so movement is your friend under this transit, especially if it's late at night and you're feeling like you can't quite rest or relax. Maybe some gentle yoga, something to connect your body back to your mind, kind of just release, right? Anything that helps you release, that won't get you too amped up in the middle of the night. Or even, you know, just taking action of any sort might help. Even some meditation, even though you want to move around, doing an activity that helps you release in a way that keeps you calm in the middle of the night might be nice. Here's the other potential of this transit though. When the moon in Pisces squares off to Mars, which is in Sagittarius, like a very fiery energy, Mars and Sag makes us more impulsive, makes us feel like we are king of the world, like we can do anything. Not a bad thing, but it can get us into a little bit of trouble. So when these two planets square off to each other, that 90-degree angle makes us feel like we need to take action, like we need to do something. And both Sagittarius energy and Pisces energy are known for addiction, right? Like kind of falling down the rabbit hole. Jupiter rules Sagittarius. Sagittarius is the sign of excess, very fun energy. But Pisces can make us check out into a fantasy really easily. So I say all this because when these planets square each other, it can make us feel like we just can't get enough, like we have this insatiable desire. So it could be really easy to fall down that rabbit hole, to not cut yourself off if you are relaxing by using, you know, alcohol or whatever, or sex. So, you know, that could be another potential when the moon squares off to Mars late tonight. It could boost your sex drive and you could feel like, okay, I have this desire, I have this insatiable desire right now. And that's a great form of release and relaxation, right? But just make sure you are not doing anything impulsively or doing anything that's going to get you in trouble tomorrow or down the line, or that you're going to regret tomorrow if you're checking out through drinking or whatever it is and you wake up with a hangover on a Friday. Like, that's not going to be fun, but it could be really easy to do that when the moon squares off to Mars, specifically in these two signs. So that's the only word of warning I have for you today, because all of our other transits are really supportive. You know, these sextiles throughout the day really help us take advantage of this Pisces energy, help us lean into our imagination, open our minds, open our hearts, step forward confidently and really understand our own worth, believe in ourselves. Those are those sextiles. But at 10 p.m., things kind of take a shift, take a turn, and we have this moon squaring off to Mars, which could just kind of make us feel a little bit like we need something, right? We need something to feel good. So that's all that's happening today. Let's do a little overview and then we'll pull a card. All right. So today is all about the Pisces moon. The moon moved into Pisces yesterday afternoon, and the first connection it makes today, Thursday, is a sextile to Uranus. This is a supportive angle between the moon, our emotions, and the planet of rebellion, the planet of change. So this can make us crave exciting experiences or more open to new experiences. It can also bring chance encounters and surprises. But all of those things can actually help you deepen your belief and deepen your understanding of your place in the cosmos. That happens at 10 a.m. By 9 p.m. Pacific time, the moon forms another sextile, this time to the Capricorn sun, helping us show up more confidently, helping our inner self work hand in hand with our expression, our outer self, and also giving us a little boost of self-belief, helping us really have compassion and empathy for ourselves. But then things change around 10 p.m. Pacific time when the moon squares off to Mars. This is a different energy. This makes it feel like we need to do something. We need to act, as Mars is the planet of action. So, this is a great time to release emotions through exercise, through movement, whatever that looks like for you. You also might feel like you want to reach for that impulse, or it might boost your sexual desire as well. So if you feel like you just can't get enough, like you have this insatiable desire, beware of falling down a rabbit hole or consuming too much, doing too much late at night that could bite you in the butt tomorrow or over the weekend. All right, that's it for today. That's super easy day, just the Pisces moon to talk about, and only 3 connections. So let's go ahead and pull a card. Since we're talking all about the Pisces moon, we'll use the Moonology deck, and we'll see what other messages are coming through, especially since we have such a basic day. This is your time, as always, to ask questions. If you have a Pisces moon, it's a good point to tell you that you're having your lunar return probably today or tomorrow. There is a chance, if you have a very low degree Pisces moon, that you had your lunar return yesterday. But what does that mean? This is where the moon comes back to the same point in the sky that the moon was at when you were born. So that's also why I ask, where is Pisces in your chart? What planets do you have in Pisces? Those planets will be activated by the moon today. So those areas of your life, those themes in your life will be especially activated when the moon is in Pisces, and we'll feel those things more when the moon is in Pisces. All right. What do we need to know? Okay, we got a void of course moon. That's interesting. And a void moon, it says nothing will come of this situation. So a void moon, we actually experienced this most of the day yesterday before the moon moved into Pisces at 4:30 p.m. A void moon is when the moon is not making any other connections before it moves into a new sign. So we had that most of the day yesterday, like I said, and under a void moon, it's not really a great idea to start any new projects because, as the card says, nothing will come of those situations. It's really a time of rest. It's that time when the moon is just kind of chilling out before it enters a new sign. So we had that all day yesterday, but I really feel like this is coming up today because the Pisces moon isn't making a ton of connections. There are no major transits to talk about today. But the Pisces moon gives us kind of that sleepy, quiet energy as well. Not quite a void moon because, of course, we're talking about the different connections that the moon is making. But definitely more of a quiet, down-to-earth energy. I'm scrolling through the guidebook right now to read whatever message comes with this card. One sec. Let's see. I have a feeling it's going to be at the very end, but it's fine. It's the Pisces moon. We can take our time. We can just chill out, relax, flow with whatever comes our way. Go to the very end. I wish there was a way to search for this. I'm in the full moons now. I'm assuming it's going to be a void moon after the full moons. It goes by moon phase in this book. I think we're almost there, you guys. All right, I found it. Okay. Nothing will come of this situation. So as I'm reading this, if there is a situation that you're confused about or that you're looking for clarity on, this is a message for you. In a form of astrology known as orrery, where an astrological chart is cast according to when the question is asked and decoded, a void of course moon means nothing will come of this matter, or this situation will bear no fruit. This may or may not be good news, depending on what you are asking. For example, if you were worried about something, whatever it was, this card can be taken as a sign that there is nothing to worry about. However, if you're asking about a new project of any kind, including a new relationship, it is a sign to adjust your expectations or change things so you can get a different outcome. Remember, the cards can only predict what you are currently creating, and you can change that with both your behavior and beliefs. And the message that comes with this card is, I trust in my highest good. So if you are pondering a situation, I hope that that gives you some clarity. And specifically, maybe think about what was happening for you yesterday. If anything came up yesterday while the moon was void, this could be an indication of that. Or if you have a situation that you're sort of worried about, or you're not sure if you should move forward on, the Pisces moon is a great time to tap into your spirituality, ask for messages to come through, and this is the time where you can start to take action now that the moon is no longer void. And that should be supported under today's transits. We have some nice transits that will support whatever actions you do want to take. Just keep in mind that under a Pisces moon, everybody is a little bit more sensitive and emotional, so don't take it personally. But yeah. Interesting card we pulled. Nothing will come of this situation. And I like how it talks about using the void of course moon, because if there is something you're worried about confronting, right, a conversation you've been avoiding because you're worried about the outcome, this is your message, this is your sign that it's okay, move forward, nothing bad will come of that situation. That's how we can use the void moon effectively. If there's like a difficult conversation you want to have with somebody, doing it under a void moon can be really helpful because it kind of keeps things calm. And the Pisces moon can help us with that a little bit too. So it's not a void moon anymore, but the Pisces moon energy is that calm, chill, empathetic, understanding, compassionate energy. So yeah, I love that too, Shauna. The cards can only give you clarity on what you are currently creating. Yes. Yeah, it's a good reminder too, because we have free will, right? It's not like this card is a be-all, end-all for all of us. It just gives us some insight on whatever it is we are pondering. So great time to ponder under a Pisces moon too, like very much get lost in the clouds, get lost in a fantasy. If you are feeling inclined, just don't fall too far down a rabbit hole. Let's see. I got a straightforward no back in November from a completely different card pull. Felt kind of discouraged at the moment, but took a pivot and feeling so much better. Oh, good, good, good. That makes me happy. And I know November doesn't feel like that long ago, but it kind of is now. Like maybe now is the time. Maybe it was just a no, not yet, So that's something to think about also. But this is the sign. Don't worry. Everything is going to work out in your highest good. Nothing bad is going to come of this situation. And sometimes I think we self-sabotage because we're also worried about what kind of good could come from a situation, right? Like, what if this does work out? Am I prepared to handle that? Am I really is this what I really want? And so try whatever it is. Lean into your imagination. Be a little bit creative. Let yourself take a little bit of a leap or even just a step, especially this morning as the moon is forming that sextile to Uranus, making us more open to change. And if you realize this isn't what I want, nothing bad will come of the situation. But you got to take the step to find out. So today might be a good day to do that. Just a nice, gentle first step towards whatever it is that you've been calling in. All right. I'm so grateful you joined me here this morning. I hope that you have a lovely day under this supportive Pisces moon. Should be a really nice energy to carry us through our Thursday. Tomorrow, we'll be talking even more about the moon. Lots of moon transits tomorrow. Saturday, the sun connects with Venus, so we'll be talking all about that tomorrow. Looking forward to the weekend as well. And it should be a fun time. But for those of you who joined me live today, I appreciate you. I always love your feedback. I love you being here, and I'm so grateful for you. I will see you right back here tomorrow morning, but until then, stay curious. Thank you so much for joining us and aligning with the energy of the universe today. If you enjoyed this morning's episode of Transits Today, you can join our live astrology discussion every weekday morning right here wherever you're watching. And head to thespiritualjournalist.com to read your daily astrology forecast and browse the Spiritual Shop. The most fun way to help keep these forecasts free and support more content like this is to buy yourself a little something on our website. But if you're feeling extra generous, you can also buy me a coffee to fuel future live streams. Just tap the link in the description or head to buymeacoffee.com and search The Spiritual Journalist. And speaking of, you can also tune in to The Spiritual Journalist, our weekly live interview where we ask our guests questions about everything from crystals and manifestation to mental health and the environment. Those conversations stream live right here wherever you're watching now every Tuesday. I'm so grateful you found us here, and I can't wait for our next conversation.